Hey, bitch. Listen, honey. Girl, Real Housewives of Potomac is finally over, okay? And hear what I have to say, girl. It looks like Miss Nicki Minaj was not done with her final thoughts. And she took to social media to get some things off her chest. But it seems like some of the cast members of Real Housewives of Potomac, they decided to get some stuff off their chest too. But let's go ahead and let's talk about it. Let's have a quick chat. All right, y'all, we are back at it. Listen, Real Housewives of Potomac has wrapped up. If you guys have not caught up to my review on Reunion Part 4, please be sure to do so. Okay, I want to hear y'all thoughts. I want to know how you guys felt as though Nicki Minaj did as a host overall, for the last part, right? For part 4 of the reunion. Let me know your thoughts on that. Nicki Minaj decided to take to Twitter to get some things off her chest, which I felt to be very interesting. And I felt like it was a way for her to go ahead and sound her alarm for the Barbs to go ahead and come out if you guys weren't already out. And that makes me cringe a bit because when I think of Real Housewives of Potomac, it's already a lot of crazed fans out there anyway. The show has so many like I said, crazed fans, so many people with opinions and stuff like that. It's a lot, okay? It be a whole lot going on social media, especially if you don't agree with people's side and all this stuff, girl. It's a lot when it comes to Real Housewives of Potomac. So for us to add another layer on top of that with the Barbs, I'm like, ooh, girl, woo child. I feel like Princess over there with Insecure. You know how everybody went crazy about the AKA situation, and then they followed it up with the fact that Lawrence has I can't recall his real name, but he has a white wife, and now he has a mixed child, and the lady started calling him out about that. So the Princess, the showrunner was like, woo child, I'm glad this is our last season, honey, because y'all, girl. So when he said that, all I could think about now is like I feel the same way he feels when it comes to the Barbs. Okay, Nicki Minaj sounding her alarms, having the Barbs to come out of the closets, okay, and get ready to attack some people. I'm like, girl, I'm glad we is on the last leg of Real Housewives of Potomac, honey. And we'll just see how it's gonna go, what else is gonna happen, whether it's gonna be some more drama and stuff to lurk out before they start back filming their season. Okay, as y'all already know, the Barbs is probably already on attack, girl. I ain't got time, but like I said, I'm glad it's on its last leg. But let's go ahead and get into something because there were tweets that went out. Starting with Nicki Minaj, okay? So here's the first tweet that Miss Nicki put out. She says, okay, so while we on commercial, it was beyond corny for Wendy to look at my cards on the low. I'm that chick that leaves my money, jewelry, etc. out around people because I just trust everyone is like me and won't violate. I hate, in all caps, when people do sneaky things like that, child. Hashtag RHOP, hashtag RHOP reunion. So this is Nicki Minaj pretty much calling Miss Wendy, Dr. Osefo, corny. And I kind of hated that a little bit because it gives Gizelle even more ammunition to go after Wendy and feel solidified in, her emotions towards her or whatever, to feel like, girl, Nicki called you corny, so you corny. But I will say this, as you probably already heard me say in the review, I just felt like, Wendy, why would you do that? Why would you go and look at those cards? Like, I do feel like, girl, nobody else got to look at cards. It was giving me political commentator. What are the questions that's coming up that we're going to be answering? And then Wendy, as I've already said, girl, I'm looking at you sideways, to be honest, because I feel like you're a bit of a liar. You sat up there and you said, I looked at it. Yeah, I read all of them when it came to the cards. And then you flipped it and turned around. Well, I just read Robin's. Like, girl, good night and goodbye. Okay. So yeah, I didn't like that too much. I felt like it was not necessary to read those cards. Like, you were giving me trying to be prepared for a comeback or whatever, based on whatever Robin says, you wanted to be prepared for a comeback to that. I mean, and for Gizelle to come out. So that's that on Miss, how I feel about Wendy. But Gizelle does come out. And let me see where Gizelle's is over here. You know what? Before we get to, no, I'm going to get to Gizelle. Sorry, guys. Let's go ahead and hop over here to Gizelle. Because when Nicki said this, Gizelle says, and no one has ever or would ever look at Andy's cards. So why do that to at Nicki Minaj? Hashtag disrespect. So, I just felt like for Gizelle to add that extraness on top, it's like, Gizelle, first of all, girl, how you know for sure ain't nobody ever look at Andy cards? Like, girl, calm down. You was trying to attach yourself to the movement of Miss Nicki Minaj, okay, so that you can make sure that the Barbs understand how disrespectful this is, so they can make sure that they go after Miss Wendy, honey. So, girl, you know what you was doing, girl. You're sneaky. We see you. We see each other, girl. I got you. But anyway, Miss Good Old Gizelle, I want to hear y'all thoughts and comments down below. I want to know if you guys feel as though Wendy was corny as hell for reading those cards. I ain't gonna really call the lady corny now, but I will say, Wendy, girl, it was not necessary for you to read those cards, dear. You did not have to peek over, look over, and read them, and then sit up there and lie and say, "Oh, I read all of them." Well, no, I didn't. I mean, it was a lot to read. I really didn't get to all of them, but I did read Robin's. It's like, girl, calm down, right? So then let's get to Wendy, because Wendy ended up responding to Gizelle and this madness. Okay, Wendy got on there and said, girl, you are so bothered. You don't tweet all season, but dust your little Twitter fingers off for little old me. Go to sleep, turkey neck. Not around the time of Thanksgiving, calling this woman a turkey neck. The season is over. Girl, I cannot. Now, Wendy, that was a good one. I'm sorry, that was a good one, girl. It's too close to Thanksgiving. Some people probably still trying to eat on some turkey necks right now, honey. So for you to say that lady had a turkey neck, girl, I hollered. I'm not even gonna lie, and I have to give you a point because you did make a point. Gizelle, you haven't really been tweeting about the season. You haven't, but you wait until Nicki Minaj sounds her alarm and you become one of the Barbs, and then you want to go over there and try and say something to Wendy when you had dust for her the entire season. Don't be trying to hop on Twitter now and have so many things to say when you had time to answer questions while you were sitting there in front of Andy. You could barely open your mouth. No, I'm lying. You did open your mouth, because that's always what you do before you get ready to tell a lie. Like that's what you always do, girl, but nothing's coming out of it. But anyway, girl, we'll see. Let's go ahead and move on to something else Miss Nicki Minaj had to address real quick with the girls on social media. She says, Candy girl husband really needs to sit his ass down, child. Laugh my ass off, okay? Hashtag RHOP. Because y'all know Chris ended up going up there feeling away. He felt like he didn't like the line of questioning, the things that were actually being said or whatever. And I just felt like, Chris, I can't deny what Nicki is saying. It is slick. Like, boy, sit your down. Like, calm down. You too. You're another person that needs to calm down, okay? Miss Nicki went at everybody. And she went at everybody. So you can't be upset with the questions that Nicki had, but then not be upset at the questions that Andy had for Candiace. It's not adding up for me. And I just, no, okay? So then let's keep moving, because Chris actually ended up responding to Nicki. Now, mind y'all, when Nicki put this tweet out to my Candy girl husband really need to sit his ass down, child. Okay, this was, again, yet another alarm for the Barbs to go at his head top. Okay, now let's keep going. Chris decides to respond to her saying this. Chris says, I don't need to do nothing but support my wife. Girl, listen, he definitely responded directly to Miss Nicki Minaj. But my thing is this though, Chris, why you had changed your thumbnail though? Why you had changed your thumbnail? Because your thumbnail used to be you in this little tuxedo or something like that. Like, why you had changed it? What was up with the thumbnail being changed? Because if she saw that, she probably wouldn't even think that it was you that was actually saying that. She probably thought it was just like a random person or something like that. But either way it go, honey, he said his job is to do nothing but support his wife. And I don't fault him on that. Like, always support your wife and stuff like that. But I want you to also remember that, Chris, when it comes down to supporting your wife, when you feel as though other people do things to her that gets that triggers her to give them a response, and sometimes, most of the time, all of the times, it's a response that they don't like, and sometimes you don't like. Okay, but I need you to also remember that and support her as well in that, telling her to calm down when Ashley was out here being disrespectful to both of y'all. You can sit back, and keep calm, and it's okay for you to support her. Supporting her was you wearing that deep space shirt, coming up there, you know what I'm saying? I always got your wife back, promoting it, great. But the line of questioning, I'm not understanding you having an issue with the line of questioning when the whole thing is when you come to the reunion, we're going to revisit questions that a lot of people are going to feel uncomfortable with because this is how the season played out. So I didn't really, understand that part. But yeah, definitely support your wife. Okay. I always have her back even when don't nobody else got it. Okay. So that's that on that period. But let's get to one final thing that Miss Nicki Minaj had to say. She says, I forgot to tell you guys, all of the questions were mine with the exception of two. The Eddie/booty model question and if Gizelle and Robin shared a bed in the hotel question were courtesy of the producer phone call I did with Bravo. Love the producers. Our calls were hilarious. Okay, so the producers are indeed heavily messy. They watch the reviews, honey. They read the tweets. They understand what everybody is out here saying, and they brought it out there to the forefront. Okay, for questions to be had. But I do feel like some of those questions that Nicki asked could have been asked by Andy as well. But I did like the fact that Nicki kind of got gutter with some people. Right? She really got gutter with them in a way that Andy likely could not get gutter, with the ladies. So I thought it was, it was straight for what it was. But y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below on how you felt about the overall tweets that was going on. Okay, talk about this situation. Do you feel like Gizelle should have just sat there on mute like she been doing this entire season? Do you feel like Wendy was doing too much and she could have just piped down and not even responded? What are your thoughts about Chris coming back feeling the need to respond to Nicki Minaj? And also let me know your thoughts about Nicki, setting off that alarm to have the bars get ready to be on attack mode. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.